Hey everybody, welcome back to Quali-Tea time. I'm over here today. Deal with it. So it's been a weird couple of weeks. Last week there was a vlog, and it refused under all grounds to render, except as an audio file. So I put up what I could of it onto SoundCloud and then linked that via Twitter, and I can understand then if you have not in fact seen that one, or heard it, I guess the case may be. So, to sort of quickly summarize, the bad news was that my grandmother, who's been dealing with cancer for over a year, sadly passed away, and we had her funeral, in fact, last Wednesday. So yeah, that wasn't great. And consequently, this lovely fox, just off the side here, who, purely by coincidence, I unboxed, like, the day that I was last able to talk to my grandmother, because after that she was basically insensate, has been keeping me company throughout this whole ordeal, so I figured who better to name after my grandmother, and so this is the wonderful, wonderful, very cuddly, and ostensibly microwavable, but I haven't the heart, Carol, the emotional support fox. So, yeah. Very fuzzy and soft, aren't you? Yeah, hanging out on my desk for the most part, just keeping me company when I need it. But yeah, it sucks. We had years, plural, really, to prepare ourselves for it all. We had a fair few scares in the run-up to Christmas. We were fairly certain we wouldn't have her much longer than Christmas. We were lucky to have her at Christmas, in fact. So we're all sticking more or less intact. It's terrible, and we really don't like it, but we're not, like, sobbing on the floor for the most part. I think it's probably hit my aunt much, much worse than me. Because she's, nonetheless, all the best to my family. I won't go into too great a detail, but the service was very sweet. It was very clear that my grandmother was a very, very loved and appreciated woman, and if there is an ounce of her that I can take forward from my memories of her, it's that I want to be kind. I want to be, literally my grandmother is the closest thing I have to a definition of a saint. So, if I could emulate that in any fashion, I will be quite pleased, and I will consider myself to have honored her memory. Yeah. She'll be missed. The world is lesser for her not having her in it, but not so lesser for never having had her to begin with, so. But the good news, which I imagine might be more relevant, I don't know, depends on why you watch my vlogs. The good news is that the patron pack, the mod pack that we use on the patron server, is now publicly available. You can find it on atlauncher.com. Under the packs, the name is Lying's Patron Pack, as one might expect. This particular pack will be updated as we go through different iterations of the patron server, so you'll actually be able to play along with us pretty much regardless of what we're playing. That then means that the actual patron server is the part that's gated behind, like, patron pledges and whatnot, but you can still play along with us and see how things go and potentially yell solutions at us in the comments section should you feel so desiring. Really went slightly didn't there. I've been having a bunch of problems with Adobe Premiere recently, which is why you didn't really have a vlog last week, and it's also why the Resident Evil video that you saw yesterday by this point, took so dang long to make. Spent like a week and a half on that, and that then also delayed making this, which hopefully is out on relative time. And there's a bunch of other stuff I've fallen on the back end of just trying to resolve this problem, because, let me see, promotional video for a horror game that I know people will want to see me playing, and eulogy for my grandmother. Two videos you probably don't want to mess up when you're trying to render them. But that happened, so. But yeah, hopefully that's fixed. I've actually dug out the Elgato, can you believe it? I've had that for like over probably like 2 years now. Sorry, Wolfram, I know you sent me it. Just like sat in its box on a shelf for the most part, but I dug it out and I've installed it because by switching my monitors over to HDMI cables instead of DVIs, I'm actually able to use one of them as a pass-through. So I can now use that to directly record what's on my monitor, and hopefully that takes a little bit of the weight off for like, I found like the 8 different CPU cores plus the GPUs, both of them, to increase my FPS reliability at the very least, so hopefully that solves a few FPS problems that we've been having. It's a little bit weird, the software is very obtuse, but I'm working on it. I might not be recording console footage just yet, but I can, and we'll find out exactly what happens with that going forward. I've still got Bandicam on here, I've still got Fraps on here. It remains to be seen which of those becomes my go-to, but currently it's Bandicam. We're gonna try and, like, test out the Elgato as we go forward. And I'm pronouncing that incredibly posh, aren't I? Elgato. Le cat. But we have one more test stream for just chilling out and reading Good Omens today. That is at 9 PM GMT. After that, on Wednesdays for the next 3 weeks, we have some Warframe. I don't know if that'll be Warframe Wednesday or something, but people in my community very much want to see me playing Warframe alongside Destiny, so I'm going to be trying it out at the very least for the next 3 weeks and seeing where that goes. I understand it is very deep. Lots of lore. I will understand precious little of it, but we're nonetheless going to play with it. With that aside, onto the schedule. On Saturday night at 9 PM GMT, we have the Carousel, where we are spinning the wheel to pick a random game to play with the patrons. Then on Tuesday, we have Building Blocks at 9 PM GMT, where we are coding the AI for the laser face of the end golem of various oddities. And videos you might have missed for the week. We have an instance of Dead by Daylight where we are attempting to run through a maze with a chainsaw and hit survivors. Yeah, this one doesn't go easily. And we have a Various Oddities showcase showing off all of the looks and the functions of the Never Golem. And last but certainly not least, we have the Resident Evil 2 one-shot demo ahead of the actual full release today, actually. And that's all that we have for this week. Obviously, since there wasn't a video last week, we don't have any questions in the comments because we don't really have any comments. But if you drop them down below, we'll get to answer them next time. So, hope you all enjoyed. I'll catch you all as ever next time.